What up? What up? It's your boy, Tunnel Vision. We back on another one. People sleeping, so I'm gonna keep it quiet. But yo, I had to do this real quick before I went to sleep. Yo, Terrence Crawford just made an interview. And if y'all been following my videos, one of my previous videos, I said that one of the reasons that I'm rooting for Earl Spence to win the fight versus Sean Porter is due to the fact that Sean Porter ain't gonna fight Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He wins that fight, we're not gonna get that unification. There's gonna be pretty much zero chance of us getting undisputed if that happens. And pretty much everything I just said was further confirmed today or yesterday. Was further confirmed by Terrence Crawford. In an interview, Terrence Crawford was asked about the fight that was coming up. They asked him if it was going to be over, if he was going to go to the fight. He said no, he's not going to the fight. And another thing they asked him was like, then we know what's up, because we want to see you fight the winner, in a unification. And he said he has absolutely no desire whatsoever to fight Sean Porter, that he wants to fight Earl Spence. Whether Earl Spence wins or loses, the person that he wants to fight is Earl Spence. But that there is no chance whatsoever of him fighting Sean Porter. So pretty much that's further one of the reasons, again, why Sean Porter got to get his tail kicked. He got to get stopped. He got to get put down. He got to get out of there. You know what I mean? Because we want to see this unification undisputed. It's already going to be a very small chance of it happening, regardless of what anybody says. You hear Bob Arum talking about wanting to do it next. It's BS. A couple of months ago, he's talking about calling Al and trying to work something out. That never happened. He's just talking out of his tail. I believe he's just doing the same thing he's always done, which is just try to attach one of his fighters' name to another fighter, and then act as if they want to do a fight and try to draw fans in to their bouts with the potential of that fight happening. And when it comes to Terrence Crawford, that person is Earl Spence. But after this fight's done, which is due to the fact that Manny Pacquiao will not be fighting Earl Spence, I don't believe, next, unless he gets offered a ridiculous bag, which he might actually. Unless that happens, I believe they're gonna go after that Terrence Crawford fight, and that's when all the BS is gonna start. As always. So I already think it's still a very, very small chance of it happening. If it is to happen, I believe it'll happen at the end of the year, or 2020, due to the fact that if all the reports are correct, Terrence Crawford's contract will be coming to an end. So he can force that fight. He can be like, yo, this is my last fight. It has to be Earl Spence. If it's not Earl Spence, that's fine. I'm not re-signing with y'all. Because Bob Arum's going to try to definitely make him sign an extension. And usually what you can do in those situations is you can get that big fight that you want, but you got to sign that extension. That's what Chavez Jr. had to do to get the Martinez fight. That's what Ramirez had to do to get the Hooker fight. And that's what Terrence Crawford is probably going to have to do in order to get the Earl Spence fight, unless he calls Al Heyman and he lets Al Heyman work his magic and get him out of that contract, even if it means him sitting out for a little bit. He could do that. Vargas sat out a little bit to get out of his contract. Mikey Garcia had to sit out a little bit to get his contract. Andy Ruiz, what I'm saying? He was in a crazy situation. I think Al Heyman paid over $800,000 to get him out that deal, but they got him out that deal. They paid the money to get Chavez Jr. out of his deal. So depending on what kind of clauses are in there, me personally, if I was him, I'd call Al Heyman and try to get out of that contract. So when I do fight Earl Spence, I keep all the money. No one's taking no damn 30, 40% of my bread. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, that's what he's losing, 40%, 8% from his old promoter because of his crazy-ass contract, and then 30% probably from Bob Arum. So he's probably losing close to 40% of his money right now. So if I was him, that's what I would do. 100% that's what I would do. But as far as this situation is concerned, everything's been confirmed, man. Those two guys, for whatever friendship they have or whatever it is, I don't know. They're not going to fight each other. Lamont Peterson and Earl Spence, they're really good friends. You know what I'm saying? But when it came time for it to get that bread, they fought each other. They ate with each other. You know what I'm saying? They both got that money together. Regardless, and after that, went right back to the friendship. There was no disrespect going on. There was no bad words being said, nothing, because that really was his boy. But when it came to that money, they're both boxers, they're both professionals. They want to handle their business. But when it comes to these two dudes, for whatever reason, they're not about that life. I guess they have too tight of a friendship. So that's not happening. So I mean, it is what it is. Terrence Crawford, there's rumors of him maybe fighting Kell Brooks. Don't see that happening. Um, Eddie Hearn ain't trying to put that money up. Talking about that, if they want that money, then Bob Arum's gonna have to put that money up. Bob Arum ain't trying to spend no money right now, so I don't see that happening. I see him fighting Mean Machine. I don't know when. They haven't announced it yet. There's really no reason not to announce it. PBC takes time announcing their fights, but that's usually because they have so many fights going on. So they want each particular fight, especially when it comes to like pay-per-views or their main fights, they want the focus to be on that fight, and then they'll announce the next big fight. So all the focus can be on that fight. And then when it's getting close to that fight, the next one, then they'll do it. Like when it comes to the Deontay Wilder versus Ortiz, I would say expect that to be done either this week or next week. Yeah, this week or next week, probably the week of the fight. And I'm sure Wilder and Ortiz will probably be at the fight to confirm that fight. They'll probably do like a media week, probably next week or the week right after, right into camp. And all the promotion to start. They don't need that long, I don't think, of promotion if they're with Fox. Because Fox is really good with that. They're saying that, Showtime and Fox were bidding for the fight heavy. So, I mean, who knows who's going to get the fight? I'm not sure even about the location of the fight anymore. So, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But, man, it's not too long, man. Less than 2 weeks. These guys are going to get it on. They got the Durrell with versus Benavidez on the undercard. That fight's going to be fire. I got Benavidez winning that fight by stoppage. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. One of the young guns from PBC, and he's a monster. And I like Durrell, good dude, good story. Him and his brother, hats off to them, nothing but respect. But he's gonna go down when it comes to this one. Sean Porter. I watched that Ugas fight again. Just a couple of little things that Ugas was doing which I was just like, damn, man, that boy in trouble. I just think he has the wrong style. It's tailor-made for Earl Spence, and I think Earl Spence is going to be Earl Spence. He's going to bring that man down focused when it comes to that fight. And people I would love to respect Sean Porter, man, everything that he stands for. He's going to lose this one. And I'm going to go on a limb and saying that he gets stopped late. I'm going to go and say that he gets stopped late. But either way, he got to lose his fight. You know what I'm saying? We got a small, very tiny, tiny chance of getting undisputed. And he literally is one of the things that's standing in the way. Keith Thurman was standing in the way. He's out of there. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao, in the right situation, he can be, put into the fight. Maybe not the next one. Obviously not this year. Maybe early next year we can get a unification with him, or later on, mid next year. I think that somehow can be worked in, especially with the amount of money that'll be put up. Then after that, a small, tiny little chance of undisputed. But Sean Porter can't win this fight because he will stand in the middle of it. And we can't have that. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to holler at you later. See you on the next one. Subscribe, share, like button. I'm out.